I truly believe that the modern era has made it very clear and exposed the fact that individuals and people who engage in truly committing themselves to their own personal evolution and development and growth are the people who are going to not only survive the craziness that we're in right now, however, they're going to make it to the other side, thrive, and live a much better life. Right now, if you're locked in on your creation, what you're doing, your evolution, your betterment, you've designated areas of your life, your family, your finances, your business, your career, friendships, and you've really narrowed in, right? Sculpting your physique, really getting your diet and your lifestyle in check. And you're locked in and focused on those things, meaning your time, your attention, and your focus is being primarily spent on those areas. Then it doesn't matter what's happening on the outside and all these distractions, social media and these fads and all that stuff. I'm proud to say that when people send me stuff, I have no idea, like these fads or these new, gurus and this and that, because again, I'm not following them. Our society is so warped right now that certain people will ask me questions or ask me about an individual or what I think about a subject. And because I tell them I don't know that person or subject, some of them will get offended or pretend like I'm lying that I don't know about them. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? As if that's impossible. That's how warped we are. That's how much social media and all the noise has consumed us. So much so that if you're not caught up in the static and in the noise, people look at you funny. You're that anomaly, right? You're the black sheep in the family. But understand that your commitment to mastery and growth and development is the very thing that shields you and protects you from all this madness. I remember very early on when I transitioned from being a professional athlete to getting into the business world and sales world and real estate, I had to do like a complete 180 in my lifestyle. Before, I would relax a lot. I wasn't big on education. I thought self-help, didn't really think much of it. If anything, if you asked me at that time, I would have been like, what the hell is that? Or I would have thought it was BS or that I'm not interested in it. I was an athlete. I like to play video games. I probably spent too much time playing video games back then. And although I still dabble a little bit today, I realize now how much time I wasted back then. But then doing a 180 to now, you know, waking up at 5 a.m. and just going to the gym and then having to come back and read, read books that I designated that I wanted to read about sales or stuff like that for an hour, and then put a suit on and then get on the phone and role play, sales scenarios with somebody for 30 or 45 minutes, and then go out and bang on doors and make cold calls for 4 or 5, 6, 7 hours a day, right? Then study some more, then maybe work out again, go on appointments with clients, then get home, go to sleep, be in bed by like 9:30, 10, and then do it all over again. Versus before, I'd stay up late, like the complete opposite, a total 180. But looking back now, not only am I glad that I dedicated myself to that, one, because I was clear about what I wanted, and then I deduced and realized I'm going to have to go through it this way to get there, right? But number two, it simultaneously shielded me from all the nonsense that's going around in the world. It really did. It did not allow me to get distracted or waste time, which is what a lot of people are doing right now. You're wasting time. You're sitting there idly, not doing anything, scrolling TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Like, our mental mechanism has been completely hijacked. Very few people spend significant amount of time actually being aware, living the moment. They're distracted in something, watching, because like, think about it. When you're scrolling on TikTok or watching, like, reality blurs and you're just consuming something. And people do that for 30 minutes, an hour at a time, right? Then snap out of it for a couple minutes and then go right back to it. I sometimes get caught up in that, right? But it's very short. It'll be like 20 seconds and then I cut it off and I turn it off. Another reason why I have my phone on Do Not Disturb. I only allow my clients, my team members, and certain people to make it through that block. That's why I can put my phone down for hours and not even think twice about it or worry about it. And in this society that we're in, that's very freeing to be able to do that. When I know most people can't even sit down for a meal without putting their phone down. So when I say commit to personal growth and self-help, I'm not saying in a cheesy way. I'm saying, picking a subject matter and reading about it to educate yourself and then implementing something in your life because you have a goal or an aspiration. Let's say I wanted to become a top-notch rock climber because I want to build and sculpt my physique and then compete. And then I start getting books and reading about it and getting an instructor to help me. And I'm doing it multiple times a week. And my focus and main drive becomes that. Because what happens when you start doing that? Well, it starts shaping other areas of your life. Because if I want to be that top performer, I can mirror this with my athletic career in the past of being a professional basketball player. When you have that dedication, it starts to spill over in a positive way to other areas of your life. Just like that example where I'd want to be a top rock climber, when I wanted to be a professional basketball player, it made me look at my life differently. I wanted to get quality sleep and rest so I could perform better. I didn't want to mess around and drink and smoke and all that. Although I did it a little bit for a short period of time, very quickly I snapped out of it because I realized this is going to negatively impact my career. Not only is there tremendous consequences because we get drug tested, but just overall, I'm going to get less sleep. I'm going to be messing around. Alcohol's not good for you. I don't like being hungover. Sometimes you throw up, right? Like I've been through it. And I learned and I said no. But it wasn't that, because there's the thrill and the allure of doing it for social acceptance and all the other pressures that we deal with. But what was senior to all of that was my desire in the conquest of becoming a top athlete. So it spilled over into those other areas. Same thing socially. I had great friends, but I distanced myself from certain people. Sure, I messed around with chicks, but I even kept that under wraps and under control because I can't have, too much time invested in other things that are going to take away from my dream and my aspiration of making it far in this career. So if you put your head in them books and you really start focusing and saying, I want to sculpt my physique, I want to become more intelligent, I want to become a better speaker, and then you start implementing these habits and these activities. Like for the people that want to become a better speaker, reading more books, doing Toastmasters, going out and speaking to people in public, and now shaping and molding your life around the achievement and progression in those categories, that's what starts building that lifestyle and way of being that's conducive to growing and getting better and getting away from all the things that are detrimental to our growth, like wasting a lot of time on social media, as an example, right? And there's a million examples that I can give. When I'm dedicated in my career early on to get up early, right, to hit the phones and exercise and read and do all those things, I didn't have time to stay up late. So even if friends contacted me, I said, hey, I got to be in bed early. I got to be up tomorrow. I'm focused. I want this thing, which for me is become a top-notch salesperson, make $200,000, do this. Like, that's what I want. That's what I'm going after. That's the most important things in my life at this moment. And that's what I'm dedicated to. And there's extreme power to that. Because then that's what led me to going to events and joining coaching and then creating those communities and coaching programs myself, because I understand the importance of that. Because now it's multiple people, dozens of people, hundreds of people, thousands of people on the same journey as you. And now you're not alone anymore, which gives you more energy and more enthusiasm and makes it better, right? But this is what we got to do. You have to create the environment and circumstances and actions and thoughts and all the things from top to bottom that lead to you getting better. But that's the power of really focusing on personal growth and your development, is you automatically will start putting all these things and mechanisms in your life that lead to you winning, because it's particular to you. A lot of people, when they think personal growth and all that, they automatically default to money. That could be one of a million things that you're aspiring to acquire or develop or achieve on this path and on this journey. So whatever that is for you, understand that your commitment to this will help you achieve so much more than just development in this area or in these areas. And when you do that, you'll automatically start blocking out all the stuff that I've been talking about for over a decade now, and you'll really achieve the right thing. The people who don't belong in your life are slowly going to drift away. You'll start getting away from the activities that are anti-growth, anti-development, anti-forward movement, and anti-evolution. Your personal evolution, I'm referring to. And I really behoove you to start working on these things, because when you do, the next answer will get revealed to you. You'll start thinking differently, moving differently, feeling differently. You'll start living differently, which is really what we want, because then you're focused on you and moving in the direction that you want to move, not what society's trying to do for you or somebody else. You will move in accordance with what you want. And the more you start doing that, the more vigor, intensity, and enthusiasm you have to do that. And you tap more into being unstoppable, because you're truly going after what you want and not other people's expectations. All right? That's it for this one, guys. See ya.